Welcome to the first video of August 2025. Ironically, it's being filmed at 9:30. Obviously not on the 1st of August, as I will be not here at the desk, but it is going to come out for the 1st of August. We're not going to miss a single day this month. This month going to be a video every single day. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So the first video of August 2025 for the advanced lectures is about if you can't sit in silence, you can't handle the market. Now, I use this image a lot in my Discord as like a little joke for those that don't understand. But this is the type of image you want to become with your thinking. You aren't a physical being. You are a physical being. But the physical being isn't what makes you you. You don't act off of physical impulses. Everything that happens is coming from a higher power that we all have, and it's coming from our consciousness. And I don't want to get too not political, but I don't want to preach my beliefs of what life is about too much onto people. But recently I've become very I've been seeing the world a lot differently with like the flesh of a being. I don't see myself as flesh. See myself as a spiritual presence controlling flesh, but ultimately it comes down to my higher power, which is my spirituality and my consciousness. So understanding this way of thinking, it eliminates a lot of bad habits that I used to have, acting on physical impulses, not understanding that everything that is physical is because my consciousness, whether that be subconscious mind or the conscious mind, has controlled the way that I see the world and the way that I behave and the way that I act. So unlocking this new mindset, I have really been able to get in tune with the charts and get in tune with my emotions, because emotions aren't happening to me. I'm creating my emotions. Every emotion that I feel is self-created through me. So with a strong mindset and a high vibrational thinking pattern, I'm able to control my thoughts. I'm able to control my reality by bending the perspective of the physical lens and changing it to however I want to see it. Now this might be really complex and I'm speaking a lot of big words, but it is genuinely flowing due to my understanding of it and what must be done in order to achieve this level of thinking and get to this new, not beginning, but kind of new chapter of my life, of it, living with a different outlook and being able to control the way that I think and the emotions that happen. If you can control your mind, you can control everything. So I don't ever feel any emotions on the chart due to changing my mindset, changing my perspective, unlocking a higher vibrational way of thinking. So let's get back on topic. If you cannot sit in silence, you can't handle the market. Now, the physical being would need constant feedback from the charts, hence why you get over trading or over leveraging, because it's the need of feedback. So when you unlock the ability to control your, well, not just your thoughts, but your life and your emotions, you're able to control your ability to sit in silence, because there's no need for feedback. There is just a deep understanding that where energy flows, focus goes, is a quote that I've heard. So wherever you put your energy, that is what will occur. And there's numerous laws on this psychological way of seeing life, which I could speak about for hours and hours, on all this like individual concepts that psychologists and theorists have put together with how the brain works. But for this video, I just want to really talk about becoming in tune with the way that you think will eliminate all of the bad habits, because you have the ability to control your life. Now, obviously, you cannot control what others are going to do. What can you control? You can control the way that you see it and the way that you react. And that is ultimately the goal you need to be able to get to. You need to be at that level of understanding that life is purely a reflection of your perspective and your mindset. So once you change the way that you think and the way that you bend reality with your perspective, your life will unlock. So if you're currently dealing with FOMO, or you're dealing with fear, or you're dealing with greed, you have to be able to tap into your mind, get rid of those thoughts, start thinking in a higher vibrational way, start thinking in line as a professional observer of the futures markets or whatever markets. But there's still more to do on this. So this is what I mean by there's work on the charts, but more importantly, there's work off the charts, which is this: deepening your mind and your psychology and really tackling those bad way of thinking that you currently have and replacing them with the proper way of thinking. Like I said, I could talk hours. I don't want to waffle too much, but obviously this is something that I'm very passionate about. I've done a lot of work onto learning about the brain and ways of thinking, so you will see more. But for now, I'm going to keep that at that. Kind of a very strong video to start the month. Really good lecture on psychology, like a really deep lecture on it. I haven't seen anyone talk as deeply about the way of thinking that I have just done. So whether this title will attract views, whether it will not, we shall see. I could definitely retitle this and make it something catchy for those that need different titles. However, I'm just going to keep it. Ultimately, it is about sitting in silence, but I've given you how to do that. So I'm not going to change the title for the sake of getting views. Whoever sees this and watches it through will gain the knowledge that I have shared. Those that have not have missed out on an opportunity, and that's fine, because the same thing goes. If you can't sit and watch a video for, I don't know how long I've been recording, maybe 10, 15 minutes, then you really need to change the way that you view life, of needing constant dopamine, constant feedback, constant everything. You have to be still. There's a term that I really like, which is this: idle talk. Idle talk refers to casual and unimportant conversation, often light-hearted and not meant to be taken seriously. I've been viewing a lot on filtering out conversations that I previously would have had, which would come under idle talk, and keeping it to the high power of thinking, and it's completely changed the way that I see social interactions. Every social interaction that I have is value. It's not pointless. I'm not doing idle talk. And that comes under being able to be sat in silence. I don't need feedback or constant dopamine from idle talk. I talk when it's valued, and when it's not, I can sit in the silence. I don't get anything from idle talk. I don't need to speak to get rid of an uncomfortable silence. If it's an uncomfortable silence, then it is. And because my mind has been trained and training to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, it does not get to me. So, kind of going off tangent here, but same logic applies every single time. Just like how price is fractal, this is also fractal. It's not just in the charts, it's also out of the charts. So it's a mirror. Everything is a mirror. If you're not making a lot of money from your other job and you come into trading, you're going to want to risk more, because that's greed. So it is purely a mirror of your physical life outside of the charts. So yeah, starting the month off really strong with a really, really deep video. I will end it here, but hopefully if you guys have watched, even, I don't know how long it is, but even just a little bit, hopefully that it has helped you understand that you can control the way that you think, and if you can do that, it impacts your entire life. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video for the 2nd of August, and let's have a great month.